You have to understand, these days, people will take something great. For example, like raw food. I started getting into raw food when I was 16, and it destroyed my health following horrible advice. Because see, on paper, raw food's a good thing. Like natural raw food, like a fresh green juice, so many vitamins, so many minerals. But then you'll go online and you Google how to eat raw vegan, and some idiot will say, don't do greens. Greens are bad, only do fruit. And then some other idiot will say, don't do fruit. Fruit is bad, only do greens. And then some other idiot will say, nuts are bad, never do nuts. And some people will say juicing is bad, don't do juicing. And so you find a concept like raw veganism, and you go online and you see everyone has their own little version of it, and everyone is selling their own little course on it. So essentially everyone is filtering it through their own stupidity a lot of times, because some people will tell you a lot of dangerous advice. You look at them and it's not even working for their own body. And then they'll sell it to you as a course that will actually confuse you even more than it'll help you. So a lot of people are grifters these days, and that's what you have to watch out for. Because like there's people online that are even saying juicing greens is bad just because they believe in only eating, or maybe not only, but eating mostly fruit. But see, the thing is, just because you believe in high fruit doesn't mean greens is bad. It doesn't have to be you're right and I'm wrong mentality. And that's the problem with the online fitness space, is that a lot of people are closed-minded and they don't have a deep enough understanding or research of anything. And then they go online and try to act like they're the master. You know, and that's the problem, is not a lot of people have humility these days. And so you have to be careful when you're doing research online, because you have to be careful to be discerning of what someone's intentions are, because very few people's intention these days is to just spread the right information. A lot of people might have that as part of their intention, but for a lot of people, unfortunately, their ego raises to the forefront and they become more concerned with selling you something, and then they care more if they're right than if they care more about being right than actually learning more and researching more. Because the problem is that when you research more and you find new information, it might invalidate the previous information that you thought to be true before. And so you have to be humble to learn more, because if you're willing to learn more, then you have to admit that what you know now isn't everything. And that's the problem, is a lot of people get online and they act like just because they've been eating raw food for a few years, they know everything. And the problem is a lot of these people know nothing. Like, for example, different raw foods have different amounts of vitamins. Like leafy greens might have a lot of vitamin K, bananas might have a lot of potassium, grapes might have a lot of copper, and your body might require certain amounts of different minerals at different times. So certain things like juicing can help with minerals as well, because sometimes if you eat too much fiber, it can fill you up a lot, and it can be hard to get enough greens in and stuff like that. So for some of those raw foodists that are against juicing, and some of the raw foodists would tell you it's okay to just eat one type of fruit for an extended period of time, and that might be okay for some people, but it depends on what fruit. And different fruits might have different amounts of different minerals, and different people might require different amounts of different minerals at different times. So that's the problem with blindly listening to someone, is that your body might be different than theirs, your genetics might be different than theirs, and your body might respond differently to different things than other people. And a lot of people might just be outright lying altogether. So My advice is don't believe what anyone says, because you don't know what their intentions are, and realize that everyone's just trying to figure it out. No one has the exact correct formula to do raw food. In fact, you might discover a new way of doing it that no one else is doing. Me, I tried following other people's way of doing different things, and I started to get crazy bad health issues because no one's way was working for me. And nowadays, I do things that I don't really see anyone doing. A lot of times I'll make a raw protein shake with sprouted lentils, apples, and banana, and I'll just throw it all in the juicer. I've never seen that online before. I've also been making hemp milk with a shitload of dates. I've seen people make hemp milk online, but not with as many dates as I use. So your body could be different than everyone genetically, and you might discover something new. I've never seen anyone make that protein shake that I've made. You might come up with a new recipe. You might come up with a new way of eating. And so don't limit yourself just because someone else says that this is the way, because that's what I did in the beginning. And I started to develop so many different health issues that I won't get into right now from following other people's ways of doing things, that over time I've started to realize that we're all unique and we all have our own way of doing things, and that's part of the beauty of this whole thing. So I just wanted to get online and kind of rant about this, because I feel like that's honestly the biggest problem with the raw food community, is everyone wants to act like they have the right way of doing things and that their coaching course is the best, and no one's humble enough to admit that we're all learning. And then a lot of people hear someone confident online, think that they know the way, and then a lot of people follow that person, and then a lot of those people may develop health issues over time. You know, I pray that no one does, because I've had my own health issues and it sucks. And I just want us all to be healthy, because I think that's going to create the best world possible. So I pray that, you know, no one develops health issues and everyone has an easy time on the raw food lifestyle. But unfortunately, with how shitty and egotistical today's coaches are, I don't know if the information is easy to find. But thankfully, you can always go within for the answers, which these days I feel like I've come to find probably is really the only way to find real good, authentic answers. So anyways, I just wanted to talk about that, the raw food community, and how a lot of so-called health coaches are actually grifters. And I'm not going to call anyone out or say any names right now, but because I don't really think anyone's a flat-out grifter that I know of. We're all human at the end of the day, but I just think a lot of people let their egos get in the way of learning more, and people start to think they know everything and that they're a master because they've been in the game for so many decades. But what we need to realize is that science is always evolving. So there's no shame in admitting that you don't know everything and that you're still learning, even if you're 2,000 years old, you know, because who knows how long we can live on raw food. Maybe we can live forever. Maybe we're immortal, right? Because that's what I'm saying, guys. The science is always evolving, and just because you've never seen anyone who's 2,000 years old doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Food for thought. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for tuning in. Is there any honest raw foodists left? Is there any honest people left on Earth? I would say they are out there. You just got to use your discernment to know what information is good and what information isn't. And unfortunately, there's a lot of bad information out there, but there's a lot of good as well. And a lot of times, a lot of the bad information is mixed with the good, because sometimes someone online might say some good information and it's mixed in with some bad as well. And I think one thing I've learned is, as a responsible human, it's our responsibility to use discernment to decide which information is good to apply to us and which information isn't, and to not just blindly follow anyone, which is a mistake that I've made in the past. So I wanted to get on here and rant about this in the hopes that it might help some of you guys not make the same mistake I did and to encourage you to listen more to your own intuition and to piece together bits and pieces from maybe all the different sources you like. Maybe you use 1,000 different sources. Maybe you use infinite sources and you just keep researching and keep learning, because I really do believe that there's always more to learn because the universe is infinite. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for tuning in. Love you guys. And until next one, I'm out. Peace.